What up, what up, what up? All right, everybody. We got a 2000 Accord. And all right, the problem with this vehicle is it keeps cutting off driving. So randomly, the car will just cut off. Now, when it cuts off, it'll crank back up. You can crank it back up, but it seems like it loses power, like it loses battery power. So basically, driving, and all of a sudden, like it'll just lose battery power. So you'll see uh, like lights on the dash or something like that come up, but it just loses power, like you just disconnected the battery. That's the problem. So just randomly cuts off. Now the problem is it won't even crank up. So it just randomly cut off, and now it won't even start. So now here's the thing: when you turn the key to the on position, like the vehicle will spin, the motor spins, but as soon as you let go, so it's running in the on position, but then when you let go of the key, it'll just cut off. So basically, I already know what this is. It's diagnosed it already. It's an ignition switch. So this is what the part looks like right here. There's just two screws holding it in. This goes right here to the back side of where the key is, and then it has like this electrical connector. Basically, to get to it, you're just gonna have to take apart the steering column. So first thing you want to do is on the bottom down here, this covers, there's 3 holes right here. Those are Phillips screws, and you just pull the top off. Just pull the top off, take that off. On the side, you're gonna pull off this panel. You can just grab it right here, this little slot. Just pull that off. There's 2 Phillips heads. There's one right here, and there's one that goes right here. So it corresponds to that hole right there. So there's one right there, and then there's one right there. Those 2. Drop that down. You really don't even have to take this off, because you're just gonna come right here, and it's right here. Now there's a cover right here covering it, but somebody's been in here before and they broke that cover. So now to get this cover off, there's a screw in the back. So right back here behind the cover, you got to come up from the back. It's kind of hard. Now if you're going to get that screw out from the back, you will have to take this cover off, because you're going to have to come right here and then come up from the back and come up behind that cover and get that screw out the back. But they already broke it off. Now, I mean, honestly, if this was me and that cover was there, I would have broke that cover off myself. This is my personal car, and I'm not gonna want to deal with that. And I wouldn't have put that cover back on anyways. So there's 2 Phillips heads right here to get it out, and then the electrical connector right behind it. If you follow it, just come up back here, and so the electrical connector, follow it. It's just gonna go and come up to this. It's gonna come up. It's gonna go right in here into that hole where that plugs into. But just follow this, and you'll be able to get it out. But anyways, that's all you do. And then when you put it in, it's just gonna be the reverse. So it only kind of goes in one way. You just might have to move this back and forth to line it up with the little grooves, and then put your little 2 Phillips in, plug it back in, and you're good to go. Okay, so car is running, but I'm gonna show you, so the wires got to go up that way to the top, and then so wires go up that way and then to the back, and then you follow them down here, and it's that brown connector right back here. See that with the brown connector going in back here. But yeah, that was so that was a situation there. Basically, if your vehicle is just cutting off randomly, it feels like the battery's being disconnected, could be your ignition switch. And in this case, it got so bad that the vehicle would not crank up at all. So just go to turn the key, and it won't start at all. But Honda Accord is a common problem, the ignition switch.